So maybe you've been feeling like you've been having some lower back issues or lower back pain and you're looking for some sort of relief. Or maybe like you are having some mobility issues or you're having some stability issues. Maybe you feel like as soon as you stand up and as soon as you get ready to go, you're not as quickly mobile as you would like to be. Or even maybe you are a mom like me. I'm a mom of two, and sometimes my pelvic floor feels like it's been weakened by carrying my kids and giving birth to them and everything like that. And the things that is sometimes our pelvic floors can be a bit weakened by pregnancy and stuff like that. So if you feel like you're having any of these issues, come and join me on the floor and we'll get right into it, okay, you guys? What's up, everybody, and welcome back to my channel. Aliyah here, and you are walking with the walkers. I do videos on motherhood, health and fitness, and family vlogging. If that's something that interests you, then definitely stick around. So in today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys 6 different hip flexor exercises that you can do either at home or at the gym. And without any further ado now, let's get into the video, you guys. Come and join me. So first things first, you do not have to do this entire 7 exercises. You don't have to do all 7 exercises. You can start off with 1 or 2 during the week, or you can do 3. You can do as many as you honestly would like to do, but I personally wouldn't start off with 7 because it just might be a little bit too much. Or these are your hip flexors. These are your, I'm correct, these are your hip flexors, just like right around that hip area where you can feel yourself moving around. Those are your hip flexors. Here, you know, that lift of the leg, that's my hip flexor. Lifting this up, that's my hip flexor, pelvic area, lower back area situation. So it's very much kind of like all within this area here, right, are your hip flexors. So we want to be conscious that that is what we are working out. So that way, as we lift our legs, we're conscious that these hips are what we are strengthening. Guys, exercise number 1, we're gonna be starting off on our butt. And I would suggest just kind of moving your cheeks, not to the side, but like up into the side, and so that you're sitting on your actual butt rather than sitting on your tailbone. So if you hadn't pulled those to the side, your butt would have curved in a little bit and you would have been sitting more like this on your tailbone rather than up on your butt cheeks. And yes, it can be a little awkward, but you'll be in your house, so it'll be fine. This exercise is going to include us lifting our leg over a dumbbell. If you don't have a dumbbell, that's perfectly fine. You very well can use a water bottle. You could stack up some books and put it here. Listen, whatever you have available to you, use that, and I think you should be good. So first things first. So remember to engage your core. A lot of these hip flexor exercises have so much to do with our core that we always have to make sure that our core is engaged as we are doing these hip flexor exercises. And so let's begin with our first one. I put my hands right here. Core is engaged, core is tight, and you're lifting your foot over one, back down to the other, right? That's it. Small movement, large impact, right? Small movement, large impact. And in this space, you want to be so super conscious of the area in which you are working. And this is just one exercise that you can incorporate into your routine. And remember to have your core engaged. Okay? Now moving into exercise number 2. Exercise number 2 is you'll be kneeling, and it's just like a kneeling leg lift. So you basically want to clear this weight here, and I put this here because it kept falling over. You want to clear this weight with your foot, and I don't think you want to have a ton of movement. I don't think you want your hips to tuck in like this. I think you kind of want to be able to stabilize yourself. This leg would best be in line with your other leg. So my foot needs to kind of come this way, and I'm here. So I'm all in alignment from what I feel, right? So then from here, breathing out, tightening that core, and then with the intent of lifting this leg over here and putting it back, over here and putting it back. And this will definitely test your stability and your mobility. If you have good stability, you wouldn't be fighting to kind of keep it here, as I am. You would be able to just keep it here, right? But I think that back foot is important, as you see it's kind of stabilizing me. So let's get that foot back over there, right? Boom. Now, you can hold on to something if you feel that you need to, but you don't have to. You could hold on to something right here and kind of, maybe I should hold on to something. Other leg, same thing. The line is with alignment, or you're in line, and you're coming here, and you're coming here. She is not stabilized. And you guys, this is something that I felt like I've needed to do for a while, just because I wanted to be fully mobile and fully stabilized. And so I want to incorporate this into my workout, you know, into my daily workouts. And so what I will say is that had I known this prior to my injury when I was in 10th grade, had I known these exercises and how to stretch them, I think that injury probably could have been completely avoided. But I know better, so I can do better. You know what I mean? I know better, so I can do better. And here I am just trying to do better for my hips and my pelvis area, you know, and that's all we can do. So that would just be my suggestion to you. You know what I mean? If you have an old injury that possibly could have been avoided, had you done different stretches or had you been stretched at all, maybe the injury may not have happened. However, the injury happened, we're here. What do we do now? You know? And so for me, I say, I'm gonna work out my hip flexors because they are weak. So exercise number 3 is going to be you laying flat on your stomach, and then you're going to open your legs out, like really far out, as much as you can, to where it doesn't hurt you. Because when stretching my hip flexors, I realized like, oh, this is really pointed at that specific space of your hip flexors, you know what I mean? And so with that, I had to be conscious of not going too deep into the stretch. You know, I'm not there yet. So I had to be conscious of not going too deep into the stretch. And that's what I want to prevent you from doing, especially if it's going to lead to injury. So you're going to be try to be flat on your stomach. You're gonna spread your legs open like this. You're gonna come in kneeling down, and then you're gonna settle into this space right here, okay? I'm feeling a ton of it right in my hips. Turn your feet out, both of them like this, right? Definitely feeling it in that pelvic area. While you're in this space, you can just hold it here. There's nothing wrong with this. You can just hold it right here in this space and just let that stretch out. Let those hips, get that stretch, right? You then also could go like this. While you're here, you can do this. And this just gives it that extra little stretch. While you're here, you can also lift this leg like that and lift the other one like that. So if I turn this way, hopefully you can see my feet, and they're just going up like this. The toe is still staying at the side. And once you lift that foot like that, it really does something to stretch. And then also while you are here, you can go in and out this way, in and out this way. Out, in, out, in, out, in, out, in. So exercise number 4, we're going to be having our legs together, feet together, hands right here. Make sure that tushy is brought up, so that way you're sitting on the actual butt bone rather than your tailbone. Lifting the cheeks allows you to sit on your butt bone rather than your tailbone, okay? If you're feeling any pain, like right here, as soon as you sit down, it's probably because you're sitting on your tailbone. Lift those cheeks up, even if you're just sitting at a dinner table. Lift the cheeks, okay? Core is tight, your hands are here. And when I saw the person doing it, she was pulsating like this. I don't know if I have that in me. So we're just gonna go for a couple and see what we can do, okay? All right, in 3, 2, 1. These are small movements, but they're so intense and they're so, the next exercise, exercise number 5 is actually going to be the same as this one, but it's going to be with your legs a little bit more open. I think your legs should, your hands will be in the middle this time. And let's just jump into it, okay? So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I was thinking you can do between 7 to 10 of these, each 7 to 10. I wouldn't be like, because I'm not there, I'm not saying let's do 50, let's do 25. I'm in a space where I'm like, I could barely get through 5, so I'm gonna push myself to 7 and call it good, okay? So yeah, don't get carried away with how many you need to do or how often you need to do them or anything like that. But that was intense, that one right there. So exercise number 5 is going to be sitting kind of like this. Yeah, so we're gonna be sitting like this. And then we're going to bring the leg here. We're gonna bring it back down here, right? The leg is moving from here and getting back down here. I think what I tend to do is I'll move my whole body and I'll go like this. Which I don't think is like horrible, but I don't think I'm getting like that targeted exercise that I'm intending to do. So while you're here, remember that core as tight as possible. That middle part is gonna try and keep you as still as it can. So we're here. And same thing for the other side of your leg. You're here. This leg, when it comes out, it's supposed to be nice and strong, so do your best. Do your best. You're here. Okay. Okay, so for the last exercise, before these weights decide to fall on me, because whatever. All right, so last exercise before they fall down. And honestly, this is a variation of the first exercise that we started with. However, it's going to be 2 dumbbells and you're going to be doing, I think 1 leg at a time. So basically you're like this. You already know, lift it because you're not sitting on your butt until those butt cheeks are lifted. Bring it here. And then go closer. Yeah, that feels better. Yep, that's about right. So make sure that you guys, when you clear these, make sure that that it's going to be crossing at least your ankles, not your heel, but at least your ankles. So get close with one foot, put the other. So you guys, I hope that that was super helpful toward you, and anyone who's has any back pain or mobility issues, stability issues, pelvic floor issues. You just want to be more mobile. When you feel like you stand up, you're not as mobile as you should be. Or because in my head I'm thinking we should feel like we're floating. You know what I'm saying? Like if your hip flexors are doing what they're supposed to be doing and they're strengthened and that they're doing their job, you'll be floating. You'll be floating right through your day, okay? And I want to be floating through my day too, and I'm not right now. I'm kind of like, ooh, I'm slow to move a little bit. I'm slow to get going a little bit. And I think that that does have a little bit to do with mobility and stability and just the lack of strength in my hip flexors. And so if I want to be floating through this summer, I'm definitely going to be exercising my hip flexors. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye.